Let's talk about cost now that you mentioned it. Something that is always very sensitive for anybody going through a separation process. You know, you're dividing your assets. That's already going to be difficult on the family budget. What would you say to a client coming in to see you that's got, you know, a fairly substantial net worth? They've got children. There might, you know, you might need some accountants involved. There's probably some issues that are difficult that need to be worked out. So this is not a kitchen table situation where they can negotiate it all at a kitchen table. What would you say to them to budget and expect from going through either mediation or a collaborative divorce?
You know, it's hard. I mean, every case is unique. Like I said, I've had a situation where one meeting and it was done versus a case which has gone on for years and has had 8 or 9 meetings. And you know, that's where you get a case that's a couple of $1,000s to cases that are tens of thousands of dollars. No matter what process is chosen outside of court, to go have a court case and run it all the way to a 10-day trial, I couldn't even imagine. You're investing $150,000, $200,000 or way or more. I've seen cases where, you know, really, really high conflict cases that get into $1 million is spent, and then there's nothing left. They got nothing left. So there's no question anything else is cheaper. But the idea you have to look at it is, if you were buying or selling a business, and let's say your business is worth $2 million, and you're trying to sell that business, I would think reasonable fees for corporate lawyers and accountants to review things and the due diligence on both sides would be $10,000, $20,000. I don't think it's unheard of. I mean, if you're talking about a $2 million asset, that may be a reasonable business expense because of what you're buying. I'm not saying that every family case is going to be $10,000, $20,000, but you have to be realistic as the professional as well, has to be realistic to what's involved. I'm fortunate that I work on my own, so I can be more engaging in my fees if I need to give breaks to people. But the idea is to, if you have a case that's a few $100,000s of total family net worth, they can't spend $20,000 on a divorce because they just can't afford that. And there are services, there are pro bono services, there are fixed fee services that collaborative lawyers and mediators will work on. So there are services out there for that scenario. But if you talk about a modest net worth and, where there's some property, there's pension, there's income and future income potentials, there's RESPs or investments, having some professional advice, again, you're trying to get to that goal of get that separation agreement that if it's done right and people are both satisfied, they both participated in creating it, they can put it in a drawer and forget about it. And it is an investment in getting that. So, to give a specific answer on what would it cost, it really, I think it depends on every case being different. But I don't think people should be hesitant. Look, I'm one lawyer with one point of view and one hourly rate. There are people who will do consultations, initial consultations with no charge. And this goes back to getting at least getting a basic independent legal advice. Have a basic consultation with a lawyer when you're separating or divorcing, at least to see what's out there. I know that when I do my consultations, part of the consultation piece is talking about costs and expected fees, because that's part of the future service.